Hello, everybody. My name is Drew Davis. I'm a meteorologist here at Hawaii News Now, and thank you for joining this week's episode of The Drew Point. If you're new to this show, we are doing long-form weather forecasting here on the H&N streaming app, Apple TV, Roku, Amazon Fire. We're also live on YouTube and also on Facebook Live, so where you can ask us questions. If you have any questions and you want to ask them, just make sure to put them in the chat. We're going to be going through basically a 20-minute weather forecast, getting as much into the details as possible. And I've always really enjoyed doing these longer forecasts. It seems like people are really enjoying them. So let's get right into it. You're watching The Drew Point. I always really liked that intro. They did a good job putting it together. That was from our marketing and creative services department team here at H&N. So thank you again. All right, let's get into the details. One of the great meteorologists that I once knew always said the best way to start forecasting was by taking a look out the window, and it was a very active look at the window over the past couple of days with that winter storm that moved through. Very breezy winds, very gusty winds, some sustained winds getting up into the 30 to 40 mile per hour range, and wind gusts getting closer to the 60 and 70 mile per hour range. And over on Maui, there was reported wind gusts of 80 miles per hour over West Maui, just lee of West Maui Mountain. So again, very strong winds over the past couple of days, but it seems like conditions are improving out there. Still seeing gusty winds, but conditions are improving nonetheless. Let's actually take a look at our first alert radar and satellite outside. I want to point out what we're seeing out there because it's kind of active. We've got some active storms actually down to the southwest. These are going to stay well offshore, and moving in closer to each island, we are going to be seeing a few showers out there. I've been saying most of the moisture focused over windward areas in my forecast over the last couple of days, and that's what's happening out there right now. Moving in closer to parts of Puna and closer to Volcano and Pahoa, you're seeing some light rainfall moving in along the trade winds, not as much as you go further north towards the Hamakua coast and just north of Hilo, but lots of cloud cover over on Hawaii Island this afternoon. Moving down to Maui County, like it's been over the past couple of days, a lot of the moisture has been focused over the windward side of the island, up near Wailua, Mauka of Hana, and just over the northeastern side of the island. Not as much rainfall for the leeward sides of each island over the past couple of days with this winter storm. Our forecast, again, the messaging was stronger winds over leeward areas, windward areas seeing lighter winds, but with more rainfall out there. There were some areas of the island chain, like Laupahoehoe over on Hawaii Island, that saw 16 inches of rainfall over on February 8th, and rainfall continued to fall on the 9th and 10th. On Oahu, more sunshine out there, some scattered clouds, but a lot of the moisture today has been focused along the Ko'olau. Not a ton of rainfall, relatively light coming down. And then as we continue to move further westward, you can see Kauai, a little bit more cloud cover over on the Garden Isle today. I do want to point out this on the Kauai radar. You're seeing this staticky pattern. It looks like kind of TV static. That is not rain coming down. That is sea salt and sea spray because of the breezy winds out there getting lofted up in the atmosphere high enough to where it's actually getting picked up on the radar. So it's kind of a unique thing that happens when it gets windy out here. You can also see that on the other radars. If we zoom out a little bit further to show you what's going on, so you can see on the Molokai radar that is also happening, and also on the South Hawaii Island radar you're seeing that kind of static pattern going on. You can also see we're actually picking up a few lightning strikes with these cells off to the southwest. Not expecting these to really impact us. The system is going to continue moving down to the southwest as we're going forward over the next couple of days. All right, let's take some time to take a look at the chat to see what's going on. Tropical is saying, what is the best day to go hiking in the next couple of days? And he also says, the intro and music slaps. Thank you, Tropical. I think the vibe that we've got going on here is very fun. Very, the goal with this is, as being a huge weather nerd, a meteorology, I guess, fanboys. I grew up watching the Weather Channel almost religiously, and I wanted it to kind of be like the local on the 8s, the old kind of Weather Channel look. So I think we did that kind of well. All right, tropical. I think the best couple of days will probably be throughout Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. More cloud cover out there, more windward showers. But it seems like we're going to have more nice weather over the next couple of days. Still going to be breezy out there, so be careful, especially if you're in higher elevations. And again, if you have any comments, anybody, just let me know. Just pop it into Facebook Live or the YouTube chat. We'll get it for you. All right, let's move on. Taking a look outside the actual window. This is our live tower cam. Taking a look towards the reef runway. Aloha Tower is right over there. A little bit of cloud cover looking westward. Again, not completely sunny out there, but some partly sunny skies. Temperatures at the airport right around 81 degrees. Warming up there after a pretty chilly weekend. 81 in town. Northeasterlies around 16 miles per hour. Humidity around 52%, and it feels like 82. As we're tracking a couple of things going forward, breezy trades are expected through the weekend. Some minor windward splashes out there. Again, windward areas might see a few sprinkles, not a ton of rainfall, maybe some showers as we're going into this weekend. Might bring closer to 1/10 of an inch, maybe 2/10 of an inch of rainfall. Also, a high surf advisory up on east-facing shores. That reminds me, let's get into our current alerts because we still have a number of alerts up across the entirety of the island chain. We've got a small craft advisory until 6 p.m. on Thursday. Easterlies between 20 to 25 knots. Seas closer to 7 to 12 feet out there, so still choppy out there, just not seeing that gale warning like we saw over the weekend with the winter storm. And a high surf advisory is up for all east-facing shores until 6 p.m. on Wednesday. This wind swell that we've been seeing, making it very choppy out on east-facing shores, is on the decline, so we'll likely see this get dropped throughout tomorrow, maybe even before 6 p.m. on Wednesday. All right. A winter weather advisory is also up for the summits of Mauna Loa and Mauna Kea. That's going to persist until 6 a.m. on Thursday. They've extended it a little bit further in time. The National Weather Service has light snow and freezing fog possible. So let's actually take a live look up at the summits. This is the Eucurt Observatory. You're seeing a little bit of cloud cover behind the telescope out there. And more snow out there. You can actually see snow piled up. Some freezing fog is possible, some light snow possible over the next couple of days. All right, let's break it all down. This is the overall weather pattern where I like to get into the big picture. Again, winds are still pretty breezy outside right now. Seeing sustained winds out of the east-northeast closer to 20 to 25 miles per hour. A little bit weaker in town, a little bit weaker the further west you go. Hilo's actually seeing light westerlies, but other parts of the eastern portions of Hawaii Island, closer to Puna, maybe Kalapana, seeing some easterlies out there around 10 to 15 miles per hour. Kailua Kona out of the southwest around 14 miles per hour. And I've been showing this graphic a lot in my forecast. This is just the maximum wind gusts that we've seen over the last 24 hours. This updates automatically, so it kind of shows us that over the past couple of days we've been seeing these wind gusts decrease. So 40 miles per hour in Kahului, 36 in town, 37 in Lanai City, 37 out there in Kaunakakai. All right, our first alert windcast as well. You can see the winds are going to continue to be breezy out there. Likely seeing winds stronger over leeward areas as the trade winds just rush down the leeward mountains of each island. This is, of course, as we're going into Thursday around 9 p.m. Still seeing winds pretty breezy in the overnight, getting stronger as you're going into Friday afternoon around that 15 to 20 mile per hour range, and that really continues into this weekend. All right, let's take a look at our rainfall totals from yesterday. This is from our partners over at the Hawaii Climate Data Portal, and they do a great job putting together a number of visualizations for the weather across the entirety of the state. And they've been able to do this with the work that the Hawaii Mesonet at Manoa has been doing. They've been installing a number of weather observing stations across the entirety of the state. If you're familiar with the term Mesonet, that is something that is pretty common on the continental United States. Oklahoma created a network of meso-observing weather stations, or meso is just a generic weather term. I won't get too much into the details. It's just a network of weather observing sites across the state of Oklahoma, and that program expanded into Texas, all across the state, all across the continental United States, we're getting these networks of weather observing stations to be able to really see what's going on out there. And Hawaii actually has a Mesonet now, and they've been installing more and more sites, and the data that we're getting is just improving. So thank you to those at the HCDP and, of course, the Hawaii Mesonet at Manoa. Let's just zoom in. You can see some more rainfall. Like we've been saying, windward areas seeing more rainfall. Hilo, just Malka of Hilo seeing more rainfall. Puna and Pahoa Volcano seeing seeing a few showers out there. Most of the moisture has been anchored over windward Maui and windward Molokai out there. A few showers over the West Maui Mountains. And again, you can really visualize when we see windward and when we say windward and Mauka showers, this is what we mean. The Ko'olau Mountain Range seeing most of the rainfall. And then pretty similar over on Kauai, Mount Waialeale saw a bulk of the rainfall, about an inch and a quarter of rainfall. Also, the Nepali coast saw some heavier showers as well. All right, I'm going to check the chat. No new comments coming in, but again, if you guys have any questions, this is completely open. It's collaborative. If you guys have any questions, I'm here for you. All right, let's take a look as we're going forward. Again, you're seeing a lot of showers off to the southwest of us right now, into the south of us. As we're going forward, we're going to continue to see this cluster of showers move away and windward areas see rainfall out there. You can also see this storm developing off to the northwest of us. That's going to continue moving up towards the north and continue moving away from us this weekend. Maybe a light boundary of moisture moving in Sunday into Monday. More showers out there as well going into the beginning of next week, but more sunshine compared to Saturday and Sunday, where it'll be a little bit cloudy. Let's actually move on. I want to show you the local view of the European weather model. You can see over the next couple of days, partly cloudy to mostly sunny skies, like we're seeing over Oahu and Kauai right now. More sunshine out there, but clouds over the eastern half of the state. Windward showers have a better chance of falling in the overnight to early morning, drying out in the afternoon. A very typical trade wind pattern outside. Then going into the evening, this is around Thursday night into early Friday morning, more showers out there. Cloud cover is expected to build in Saturday into Sunday. And then we start to see more clearing going into Monday and Tuesday, but that happens behind another boundary of moisture. Light rainfall could be moving in Monday morning into Tuesday. Now, taking a look at the GFS, you can see a lot of the activity. This is the American model off to the southwest right now. That mostly stays offshore, seeing windward showers out there, some partly sunny skies. The American model has this developing system a little bit closer than the European weather model. Again, we've got that low that I was showing you just off to the northwest of us. That is going to stay away from us. You might see some remnant showers from it, or a few showers from it, but it seems like a bulk of the rainfall going into this weekend is going to be from this light boundary moving in, frontal moisture boundary moving in Sunday into Monday. More sunshine going into the beginning of next week. All right, and one of the reasons we've had strong high pressure out there, we are going to be seeing all right, seems like we've got a question. Michael McGuire is saying, hello, Drew. Is there another storm possible next week? That's a great question, Michael. Let's actually go through and show you what we're expecting over the next week or so in the surface pressure map. So this is going to really give away if we have the chance for a storm or anything next week. What we're really tracking is this strong high pressure system to the north. Again, we might see a few showers move into the beginning of next week, but again, that'll be mostly for windward areas. It's not going to be a washout, and it's not going to be as impactful as what we saw this last weekend. This high pressure system that's to the north of us, it's already gotten weaker, but it was very strong out there over the weekend, and the clockwise circulation of air around it gave us those very strong trade winds. Then we're watching this low that's off to the northwest of us. You can kind of see this surface trough right there. This is going to actually become a closed low, at least in the European weather model, and could move up further to the north. The European weather model has it a little bit further westward than the GFS, which has it a little bit further eastward, closer to Kauai, but I'm thinking this is going to stay offshore and move up towards the north. We're still going to be seeing breezy trade winds out there throughout Saturday and Sunday. Those trade winds will likely push a few showers Sunday into Monday. It doesn't seem like we've got a great chance for a storm, at least right now in the weather models. Long-range models are hinting that there could be a front that kind of stalls out to the northwest of us, but overall, nothing as impactful as what we're seeing out there in the models right now as what we saw this past weekend. So, Michael, I don't think we're going to be seeing a quote-unquote storm going into next week. So thanks for the comment. I appreciate that. Tropical saying, good, need a weekend to clean up after that crazy wind. Going to take hours to clean up all the downed branches. Yeah, we'll clean up the cleanup process is going on right now, so I totally agree with that. Mid-level flow. All right, moving up a little bit higher in the atmosphere. I want to show you what's going on out there. We've kind of got somewhat weaker ridging hanging out to the northwest of us, lower pressure. Again, this is going to hang out just to the northwest of us. That's going to help develop that closed low. That's going to move up to the north, but we might be seeing some mid-level ridging hanging out over us Friday into Saturday. Again, we could see more cloud cover out there and also some showers, maybe a closed, very weak mid-level low moving down to our southwest. Tuesday, also some mid-level a disturbance off towards the northeast of us. The upper level flow, you can also see what's going on. We're going to be seeing the deepening of this trough that's off to the northwest of us. This is really going to be helping develop that storm that's going to be off to the northwest of us. Right now, it doesn't seem like it's going to be impacting us too much, but that could change. I mean, we got to keep a close eye on it because the GFS has some moisture getting closer to Kauai. And as we go into Saturday and Sunday, we start to see a few clouds out there with overall ridging. And we start to see conditions improving going into Monday and Tuesday. All right, let's take a look at our rainfall accumulation out there. Here's just a quick glimpse of what we're expecting over the next couple of days. And really not going to see a ton of rainfall, maybe a few quarter of an inch of rainfall. Hilo might get closer to an inch of rainfall with some moisture just hanging around the eastern side of Hawaii Island. Going into this weekend, again, we might see some moisture just hanging out over windward areas. Sunday into Monday, maybe a weak boundary moving in. All right, that's kind of the breakdown of what we've got in terms of the dynamics. I guess that's what we could be calling this. Let's just take a look at some of the other variables for wind out there. This is our first alert VOG forecast. This is run every day, twice a day by UH Manoa. You're only going to find this on air here at Hawaii News Now. You can actually take a look at it on the UH Manoa VOG website. If you search up UH VOG forecast, it'll be the first result. But you can see VOG's still hanging out around the state, still seeping out of Halima'uma'o crater out there, and with these trade winds, overall easterly flow spreading it across the entirety of the island chain. So if you're sensitive to it, you'll definitely be able to feel it over the next couple of days. Likely not going to be lowering air quality too much. Also, temperatures warming up out there. As we're going into the overnight, we're going to be seeing temperatures back in the low 70s, upper 60s, maybe a little bit cooler in higher elevations over Maui and Hawaii Island. Friday afternoon, back into the low 80s for highs, kind of like what we're seeing out there right now. And our surf forecast, again, we've got East Shores under a high surf advisory. It was under a warning with the strong winds, very rough and choppy out there. We had a gale warning up. That's not the case anymore until 6 p.m. on Wednesday. And here's the numbers in our surf forecast. You can see, unfortunately, north and west facing shores are on the decline. We might see another boost for north and west facing shores going to the back half of this week. Still some box jellies out there on south facing shores and east facing shores around 6 to 8 feet. Still pretty rough and choppy out there. All right, let's take another chance to read the comments. Sumi is saying, I love this. Thank you so much for watching, Sumi. I appreciate you watching. This is a passion of mine, and it's pretty cool to see people enjoying it. So thank you. All right, our swell forecast. Let's show you what's going on. Over the next couple of days, we're going to be seeing another swell moving down from the northwest. Not expecting it to be huge, but you're going to see some energy moving in on north and west facing shores. It's been a while since we've seen some energy out there, allowing a boost out there for surfers. West facing shores, a high chance of running into some box jellies out there today. Thursday, a low chance. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, also a low chance going forward. But still, anytime you're out in the water, especially right around the time that they start to move up, just be careful. Use good judgment. You don't want to get stung. All right, here's our island-by-island forecast for Thursday. The breakdown for February 12th, 2026. Over on Kauai, we've got isolated showers out there, partly sunny conditions. Easterlies between 15 to 20 miles per hour, gusting closer to 25. On Oahu, partly sunny, isolated showers, 81 degrees, 70 for a low out there. Moving down to Maui County, isolated showers and mostly sunny conditions as well. Wind gusts a little bit closer to 30 miles per hour. 82 in Kahului. 80 in Kihei, waking up around 67, or as the kids like to say, 6'7". Kailua Kona right around 82 degrees, waking up around 70. Isolated showers and mostly sunny. Calm winds becoming more southwesterly in the evening. Hilo around 78 with a better chance for showers out there. Not a complete washout. And the northern portions of Hawaii Island, partly sunny, northeasterlies between 15 to 20 miles per hour, gusting closer to 30 miles per hour. All right. That's basically what we have today. Kind of a wet pattern. Again, we've got these showers off to the southwest of us. More moisture is going to be hanging around windward areas. Not going to be a complete washout. Breezy trade winds continue all the way into this weekend. It's going to be kind of nice over the next couple of days. More sunshine for your Thursday and Friday. Buffalo this weekend, tropical saying. Again, we've got that swell moving in. We'll give a boost for north and west facing shores. I'm going to give a further breakdown, a more detailed breakdown of our surf forecast later on my YouTube today. Again, if you are into this kind of format, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube where we do these videos basically every weekday, deep dive like this. And I'm also available on other platforms like Instagram. If you like TikTok and Facebook, you can find me there as well. I think I'm going to wrap us up. All right. I think I'm going to wrap us up. A little bit of technical difficulties there. I'm going to wrap us up today. Thank you again for everybody that's tuning in. It's a very fun show. Yeah. 6-7. I got a 6-7 comment. I am no better than the children. All right. That's about what we're gonna be talking about today. So thank you again for tuning in. Make sure to watch me on YouTube, watch me on Instagram, TikTok, the whole 9 yards. And I will see you guys next week. Drew Point every Wednesday at 1:30, a full breakdown like this. See you guys later. Bye.